I will shoot you myself. Ether. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Strife in the Grille. This obviously a tier 6 game on Windstorm. Let's just bump up that map so I can actually see it. And you can all actually see it. So, Strife is a first time submitter, but that's okay. We're all going to encourage him to send more in because this game should be pretty epic. So, before we... Whoa. I have just noticed that that's not helpful, World Tanks. The sheer amount of SG-100 Ys in this game. So, this is a 9.7 game. And, was that when they did the SG-100Y giveaway? I can't remember. I know it was a while ago. But I get the feeling it happened sometime around now. I don't know why. It's just one of these feelings. Anyways, so, before we get into this game, if you enjoy the video, please do give it a like. It really does help me out quite a bit. And if you dislike the video, give it a dislike. That either way helps me out. Let's jump into fixed camera mode. So apparently Strife is looking at the ground as he drives forward. Because, you know, artillery, they go so fast, you really do have to pay attention where you're going. It cracked me up sometimes. Kind of hope I crack you guys up.
First blood.
I think that's highly unlikely somehow. So, we are looking for an SG-100Y who may or may not be hiding somewhere around here. There's a T-34 taking on our Cromwell B a little bit more closer to us. However, Strife is just waiting for the SG-100Y that he figures is up here to reveal himself so he can absolutely ruin this guy's day, which is really one of the most spectacular reasons to play artillery. If you enjoy ruining people's day, play arty. It really is a lot of fun. Ooh, look at that shot on the T-54 85. I almost said T-54 lightweight. I don't know why. And unfortunately, it does not pen the shot, so only does 300 damage. But that's okay. It will help the Cromwell out significantly. And if this guy is still around here in 5 seconds when we reload, then that should be another hit. Now our Cromwell is taking a beating. It looks like he's going to lose this fight. On the upside, the T-50 on the upside, the T-34-85 manages to take a shell in the back. So our Cromwell survives. Woot! And there, that is the SG-100Y we were waiting for before. But that's okay, as we are looking at a KV-2. We're going to wait for the aim to focus just a little bit. Unfortunately, Strife does not wait for the aim to settle as much as he probably should have. Now the KV-2 is going to attempt to drive away. No way we get a second shot on him. And unlikely that we're going to hit him over here. Just, arc isn't good enough for that. You're not a British artillery. I'm sorry, sir. So, Strife is changing angles. Ooh, look at that. And SG-100Y not paying attention. Our AT-8 gets the jump on him. And Strife is going to put a shot in here in a second. How about the shot? Unfortunately, goes a little high. And over the target. AT-8 should still have this down. Don't die, don't. Yeah, good job, Mr. AT-8. Our SG-100Y, one of the many, manages to finish off the enemy SG-100Y. No way that shot will ever hit Strife. Those buildings are way too high. Look for another target. Yeah, look for another target. There we go. Yay. Look at that. AT-8 in the open. Unfortunately, at the edge of our range. So, yep. Our reticule is going to end up growing again as we have to shift positions. Firing blind. Not a big fan of firing blind in artillery. The reason for that is A, the shell travel time, and B, the fact that if the guy disappears as soon as you click the button, that's okay. He's probably still in the same spot he would have been, if you could still see him as you would have when you would have fired. However, after any more than a second or two, I wouldn't bother taking that shot unless he's really committed to staying in one location for some silly reason. Because as soon as you can no longer see him, unless he's being really silly, he's probably moving. And the odds are that the shell isn't going to go exactly where you want it to go anyway. And when you can't see your target, you can't readjust. You don't know if you took his tracks off, and maybe a friendly takes his tracks off, and then you can reload and hit him again. There's just so many unknowns when you're taking blind shots. But that's okay. We have another target, enemy AT-8 again. We're gonna hopefully Strife is gonna fire off a blind shot, and it misses, unfortunately. No. And there is a Hetzer approaching the base. He is currently doing with our KV2 and SU-100Y. He should be dead here in a second. Yeah, there we go. KV2 shot in the back will do it every time. Our Rudy is about to get murdered by an SU-100Y. And I think I'm going to be saying that name a lot for the rest of this game. Firing off a kind of early shot. Yep, unfortunately, does not connect. Should have been aimed a little bit more in and forward of the target to make sure that shell had a better chance of hitting. With RD, you really do have to practice your leads, making sure you are leading the target sufficiently. And you fire RD enough, you'll get the hang of where you should be shooting to lead the target effectively. Unfortunately, another blind shot misses the target. That's okay. Ooh, okay, enemy Bishop. He is probably going to be dead before we get a shot on him. No! Enemy KV, or friendly KV2 gets taken out. No, that's not cool. But we're gonna fire a shell, well aimed. That's unfortunate. That I definitely would have fired that shell. I'm really depressed that didn't hit the target. But that's okay. We still have a VK31 31 odd D who has not moved the entire game. So he's totally going to help us win this game. And SU-100Y with 2 kills against 4 enemy targets. Now one of them is the Bishop, so he's going to be lobbing shells at silly angles and just dropping them straight through roof armor, which is not going to be very much on any of the tanks left on our team. So the Bishop is probably going to be able to pen some of his shells, which is really bad. When a Bishop can pen your tank, yeah, you're in a not great situation. So I don't know if I'd be looking in this direction. The reason for that is that, yes, their entire team was last spot up here. Where was the other SU-100Y? I see one SU-100Y. Oh, there he was. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd be looking over here rather than up here. Our SU-100 and VK are already looking in this direction. We can actually cover the top of this hill, which they might not be able to see. It is apparently GG according to our SU-100. Now, is that the guy that's sitting over there? No, it's not. So this SU-100Y has decided this game is not over. Another one has decided it is. I don't really care. We're gonna fight this to the end. We do in fact have the windmill covered. If that thing moves, we're gonna kill it. Oh, there we go. AT-8 in the open. Come on, gotta look over there. Unfortunately, it looks like the SU-100Y missed his shell. Let the aimer settle. Don't fire early. You can't afford to miss this shot. A little bit early, but shell flies true, and we get some splash damage. Unfortunately, it is an AT-8, so frontal armor is pretty substantial. Strife, why are we looking at windmill? I'm 90% certain that windmill is not going to try and kill us. No, it's only 90% right.
Double kill.
Beautiful, beautiful shot into the SU-100Y. That was well aimed and well executed. And now we have another shot on the AT-8 if he sticks around for a few more seconds. Unfortunately, it looks like he's probably going to drop off radar right about now. Yeah. Just before we want to fire, don't fire that blind shot. It's not worth it. Okay? Yeah. You are down to one friendly tank. In this kind of situation, you want to hold your shots to make sure they connect. Firing blind, especially when there are multiple enemies left, not helpful. SU-100Y on the flank. Looks like we don't have a shot unless he rolls out into the open, in which case we do. So let the aimer settle and give a little bit of lead, and beautiful shell. Now thankfully the shell decided to go a little bit farther backwards than we were originally aiming, but beautiful shell nonetheless, landed exactly where it needed to land. And there we go, AT-8 looks like he was trying to flank. We're loaded in 3, 2, 1, and fire. Beautiful. Saving the SU-100Y from probably another grim death. But that's good. So now we just have a little tiny bishop left on the team. Now at this point in time you should go for the cap. There is no reason for anybody to be sticking around our cap. So I hope Strife moves out to this section of the field. That way he can cover both bases. It's also where the bishop was last spotted. It does in fact look like, no, he's heading into the city. I am less glad about this turn. Ooh, look at that. It turned out to be exactly the right move. We spot the bishop. Bishop is on 100 health. Now that we know exactly where he is, there's no way you get a shell in there, Strife. But that's okay. So he has signaled to the SU-100Y exactly where the bishop is. SU-100Y is already on his way. These two are going to coordinate a well-timed assault. Now, the bishop can still win this, so go with care. If the bishop sets up for a shotgun and shotguns the tracks of the SU-100Y off, he will reload before the SU-100Y resets his tracks without a repair kit 90% of the time. So, yay for that. Strife is setting up for a shot. If the bishop wanders over this way, we will get a shot on him. If he spun around and headed back the other way, we're not going to get a shot on him. And if he decides to stay in those buildings and wait for us to approach him, then we're going to have an equally difficult problem. Now, if he stays there, ooh, no, he has decided to come out. And unfortunately, we have a building in the way, but not for long, as the bishop moves outwards. Unfortunately, looks like Strife missed his opportunity for a shot. Now the SU-100Y is going to get his shot, and we're going to stay at the ground. Oh, I see, no angle. That's good to let the SU-100Y know. We're going to aim back over there. SU-100Y is looking like he wants to approach the back end of the bishop, which is really the best side to approach any artillery from, if you can possibly get the chance to. Ooh, bishop is right there. Oh, well. I was going to say, I don't know if a shotgun's coming, but apparently it is not, as the SU-100Y seals the game. 3,700 experience with premium count and a weekend triple. That was pretty awesome. First class, fighter, arsonist, and bruiser. Unfortunately, no medals, because we killed too many people and then not enough. All at the same time. Oh well. That poor T-34. That poor guy burned for so much module damage. He was just wrecked. Look at that. 1,600 damage over 4 kills. Great game. And managed to connect 6 of 16 shots. But everything he did connect did in fact penetrate and do damage. So, or no, wait. Why does it say penetrations if they did, most of them did splash damage? I don't know. Anyways, that was a great game. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you enjoyed watching the arty's perspective and getting my feedback on how to play artillery, because it is one of the things I do enjoy playing quite a bit, then please do hit that like button. If you don't like seeing the arty perspective, if you don't like these kind of games, hit the dislike button. And at the end, I will figure out whether or not I continue these. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.